What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. Now today we return with This Week in Destiny and look ahead to everything that we can expect in the up and coming reset. So if you want to find out more about raid challenges, a new corrupted version of the Expunge missions, and also what Eververse has in store, then be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Another week and another exciting reset to get our teeth into. Now upon this week's weekly reset, we see the introduction of raid challenges inside the Vault of Glass. So if you weren't able to complete the challenge mode when the raid launched earlier this season, then the challenges will start rotating out week over week, starting from the 15th of June. So if you're looking to complete those triumphs, and more importantly the Fate Breaker Seal, then you'll need to complete all these challenges before the end of the season. Now shortly after the raid challenges go live, we'll be launching guides to help you through each and every one, so be sure to stay stuck to the channel for all the details. Now alongside the raid challenges, we also see the introduction of weekly pinnacle missions. These come in the form of expunge missions. Now whilst there are 3 expunge missions in the game, we'll start to see corrupted versions of these missions introduced week over week. Now the very first one being introduced starts on the 15th of June, and this will be the corrupted Labyrinth mission. Now to gain access to the corrupted variant, you'll need to complete the Path of the Splicer quest for the week first, and this will unlock the final column on your Splicer gauntlet. This will allow you to unlock vulnerability exploits, and this is where corrupted Vex chests have increased rewards and a higher chance to drop Umbral engrams when they're opened. And alongside this, you also have corrupted Vex chests that can drop up to 3 pieces of seasonal gear with high stats, or double perk rolled weapons per week. Now as for the corrupted Vex keys themselves, these drop randomly from combatants, so you can't craft these using ether like you can with the conflux keys. You'll need to jump into the expunge missions in order to earn them. But as long as you can fully upgrade your Splicer gauntlet and unlock Vulnerability Exploit 3, then at max level, this will give you a 2 perk weapon or high stat armor on opening the corrupted chests 3 times each week, with the first being a pinnacle reward. So all in all, it looks like Savathun and the Taken are making their way inside the Vex network, but as a result of that, we're getting our hands on some sweet pinnacle loot. Now as for the override activity to go alongside the expunge mission, this will rotate over to the Tangled Shore. So if you're still missing some of the seasonal challenges that required you to complete bounties on the Tangled Shore from a previous week, then be sure to collect those from Spider before jumping into Override this week. Now moving on to the rest of the activities, the weekly Singe changes from Arc over to Solar, so be sure to equip those Solar subclasses when running Vanguard strikes throughout the week. Now whilst the weekly Singe remains the same throughout the week, the rest of the modifiers do rotate on a daily basis, so be sure to adjust your loadouts accordingly to take advantage of those where needed. Now as for the Nightfall, this will be the Disgraced, so we return to the Cosmodrome for the Nightfall this week and jump into the reprised Omnigor Strike. It's one of the easier Nightfalls in the rotation, and the Nightfall exclusive weapon to go alongside it is the Azum RR4. This was a reprised sniper rifle reintroduced this season. Now this is a very solid legendary solar sniper rifle, one of which is an adaptive frame, and if you're looking for the absolute god roll in PvE, then you'll be looking for something like a Pended Mag, Triple Tap and Vorpal weapon. So if you haven't got your hands on the absolute god roll of the Azum, be sure to jump into the Disgraced Nightfall upon this week's weekly reset. Now moving on from the Vanguard strikes and over to Crucible, the Crucible rotator for the week is Team Scorched, so be sure to jump in and use those cannons for some easy Valor ranks. Now as for the Lost Sectors, these do rotate on a daily basis, but there'll be 2 Lost Sectors available on the moon upon the weekly reset on Tuesday the 15th of June. Now the 1310 variant is the K1 Crew Quarters, and this will offer gauntlets, so once again if you're missing any of the newer gauntlets introduced with the launch of Beyond Light, be sure to jump into Crew Quarters to get your chance if you can complete that solo. And the final one is K1 Communion. This is the 1340 variant, once again over on the moon, and this will offer new pairs of boots. So if you're still chasing down the new exotics introduced this season, you'll need to jump into K1 Communion and complete that solo for your chance of some exotic rewards. Now if we jump over to Europa, the Eclipse Zone for the week will be over in Eventide Ruins, so if you're missing any of the augments back from Beyond Light, be sure to head over there to get those done. Alongside this, we have a brand new Empire Hunt. This will rotate around to the Dark Priestess. And remember guys, if you can complete this on Master difficulty, this will also offer a pinnacle piece of gear. Alongside this as well, we also have a new Exo Challenge. This rotates around to Simulation Survival, and once again, if you can complete this either solo or as part of a fire team, this will also offer an additional pinnacle reward. Now with all the updates and activities out the way, we can jump into the new seasonal challenges for the week. We are in week 6 of Season of the Splicer, and there are 7 new challenges to complete. Now one of those is called Behind the Curtain, and this is for completing Path of the Splicer 6. Alongside this, you also need to defeat champions anywhere in the system, with bonus progress being granted for any champions in Override or Expunge. We also have Herculean Protocol, and this is where we need to defeat the Hydra boss in Override and also defeat powerful Vex anywhere in the system. We have Elixni Ally 2, and this is obtained by increasing your reputation with the Splicer Servitor over in the Helm, and you'll need to achieve rank 20 in order to unlock it. Alongside this, we have Shotgun Splicer. So in Override or Expunge, you need to defeat combatants with shotguns, with bonus progress being granted for rapidly defeating them, and you need to defeat 150 targets in total. And we also have Sling the Stone, where we need to stagger, pierce or disrupt champions, with 50 in total being needed to complete this challenge. Alongside this, we have Feels Good to Be Bad, and you can earn this by defeating Guardians in Gambit, and you earn bonus progress for defeating them as the Invader, and you'll need to defeat 40 Guardians in total. And the final one for the week is called the Red Hat, and this is for acquiring the Red Hat ornament for the Null Composure. So if you haven't earned Null Composure or the ornaments for the weapon itself, you'll need to jump in and get those quests done in order to unlock the Red Hat challenge this week. Now with the seasonal challenges out of the way, we can move on to Eververse, and as always, we have a look at what Bright Dust has to offer upon this week's weekly reset. Now as always, we'll start on the main featured page, and we have a brand new exotic emote introduced this season called Head Slam. This will cost you 3,250 Bright Dust, and unfortunately we haven't got a preview of this emote just yet. So if you're seeking out some brand new emotes introduced this season, be sure to head over to Eververse and check it out. Alongside this, we have the Taurus Firecracker Exotic Sparrow. This was introduced in Season of the Chosen and cost 2,500 Bright Dust. So if you like to jump into encounters and grab the bull by the horns, be sure to check out the Taurus Firecracker this week. Alongside this, we have the Vitreous Entrance. This is a brand new transmat effect introduced this season. If you want to pick this up, this will cost you 450 Bright Dust. And alongside this, we have Vibrant Medusa, a shader introduced back in Season of the Worthy. These now cost 300 Bright Dust. So if you're a big fan of green shaders, then be sure to pick this up this week. Now in the main Bright Dust store itself, we have the M3D1 Ghost Shell. This was introduced this season as an exotic, and you'll need to part with 2,850 Bright Dust if you want to add this to your collection. Alongside this, we have Tip of the Spear. This is an exotic sparrow introduced in Season of Dawn, and this will set you back 2,500 Bright Dust if you want to pick it up. Next up, we have Universal Armor Ornaments. These vary depending on the class that you're loading in on, but for this week they are all leg ornaments. So if you're looking for new boots for either your Warlock, Hunter or Titan, you'll need to part with 1,200 Bright Dust in order to pick those up. Next up, we have My Poor Friend. This is a legendary emote introduced in Season of the Hunt, and if you really want this, you'll need to part with 700 Bright Dust. Next up, we have a legendary ship called the Mauler 9. This was introduced back in Warmind, so if you're really filling out your collection, be sure to pick this up for 500 Bright Dust. Next up, we have a weapon ornament for the week, and this is an exotic one for the Telesto, and this is called Dream Chaser. So if you're a big fan of Telesto and like to be that guy inside Crucible with it, then be sure to pick up the ornament. This will set you back 1,250 Bright Dust. And finally, we have the Crota's Bane Projection. This was introduced back in Season of the Undying, and if you want this will set you back 1,500 Bright Dust. So there we have it guys, a good look at everything that we can expect upon this week's weekly reset. If you've enjoyed the video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for further Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.